So I've noticed a few things about narcissists is when you go deeper into the things you've gone through because of narcissists, that's when they go harder. That's when they start with more of their attacks, more of their hate. Um, it's very hard when you have a whole group of narcissists going after you. Uh, I've been uh, targetly harassed for over a decade now by people. Uh, they recruited family members to attack me. They've recruited friends to attack me. They recruit pretty much anyone to attack you. They will use bribery to pay family members to have these interviews. The whole time they're being gaslighted, trying to be picked into admitting to things. This is something that I've noticed with these target harassers, these people who like to find someone and pick on them over and over again. The thing is when they recruit family members to attack you, that hurts like thousands of daggers. It's a betrayal, and they'll use excuses like you've been abusive to them, you did this, you did this, you did this. Okay, you claim I'm all these things, but if I was abusive, wicked, evil, cruel, then why are you coming after someone who's evil and abusive? It makes no sense. No logical sense to go after someone who's evil and abusive, because you could get into the fire line too. Uh, so they'll even call you a narcissist, even though you're not. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. It is a emotional dysregulation disorder that is caused by earlyhood childhood trauma. Mine was caused by extensive abuse and invalidation from my parents. Um, and it went into adulthood, the abuse. So, in a lot of ways, I normalized abuse. I became blind to the red flags, and it's a very hard way how to live when that's all you know about human interaction. What also comes with my abuse is comes extreme isolation. I've always been isolated, so I never got to see the good in humanity. Um, and in a lot of ways, it's very hard for me to see the good in humanity because I'm always waiting to see what their next move is, to see if they're going to hurt me, because that is what I know is people pretend to love you to hurt you. They pretend to love you to betray you. So when the narcissist knows they've lost control, they go harder, they do mean things, they do callous things to get a reaction, to get you to feel worse about yourself than you are. And when it comes to a family member, that it does do that. There's no denying that being targetly harassed by your own loved ones, it's quite a dagger in the back, especially when you really didn't do anything to grant said abuse. Um, but they will go harder. They will say more malicious things. They will try to get under your skin, but don't let them. Don't let them, because they get sexually off by seeing you hurt. They get sexually off by it. And it's a really weird psychology they have. Um, there's someone in my chat right now trying to be all hotty toddy right now. But I don't want to engage with you because you have a very toxic personality. Um, and that's one thing you have to learn is not to engage these toxic people, ignore them, block them, do everything you can to avoid them. Even in the Bible, in Romans 16, verses 17 and 18, it talks avoiding those who causes contentions contrary to Scripture. They do it with supreme hurt. Um, They don't know how to treat others like people. For the people that they use, yeah, they'll treat you like a person, but for the people they're fed up with, the people they're done with, the people they've used every asset they could, they go after them. After the assets dried up, after the money is not as good as it used to be, they'll throw you away. These narcissists, and it feels like shit because I think the purpose of why they do that is to make you feel like you're not good enough, but you are. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not good enough, because you are. People are just evil and judgmental and hurtful. And unfortunately, there's a lot of narcissists in this world who get off on hurting others. And there has to be a time where people stand up and say enough is enough with these type of people, these toxic people that just want to go after people. You know, you make one mistake with a narcissist and they'll hold it against you forever. They'll hold it over your head. Even though you've done everything you could to change said one mistake you've done, you know, it doesn't matter to the narcissist because it's that one mistake they're going to hold over your head. Because they're not doing it to put any justice out there in the world. They're doing it because they literally get sexually turned on and get off by your confusion, by your pain, by your hurt. They're fucked up in the head, these narcissists. And the only thing I can say is just stay away from them and don't engage once you notice who they are. Because once a person realizes someone's a narcissist, they're not going to stay around them. They're not going to pick on them. They're not going to engage on them. So, really, those people who want to claim that I'm a narcissist are actually proven the opposite every fucking day by them continually to engage someone who they claim is a narcissist when normal people, when they engage a narcissist, ignore them. And that's a fact, Jack. Any psychologist in the world would tell you not to engage a narcissist. But here you are claiming I'm a narcissist and you're trying to engage me. You're full of shit. You're proving the whole world how full of shit you are. By claiming I'm a narcissist but continuing to engage me. Dumb shits. If I was the narcissist, you'd be afraid of me. You're not. If I was a narcissist, you wouldn't want to have anything to do with me. You keep engaging. Hence, those who claim I'm a narcissist, their continued engagement proves that I'm not. Because I'm a human. I feel deeply. In fact, having borderline personality disorder, I feel more deeply than most people. And every person with BPD would agree with that. The thing is for the narcissist, their worst nightmare is being caught in their own game. For the narcissist, they hate that. That's why they go even harder when they realize their game is up. Because they think it's going to prove somewhere to the world that they aren't what they're showing the world they are. I don't have to prove anything to anyone about who I am, because I know who I am. And that's one thing a narcissist, a quality that a narcissist can never have. They will never, ever be able to know who they are because they're so insecure about themselves. That's why you see the narcissist constantly pointing at others, plotting against others, always trying to get someone's goat. because they don't want to be found out. Instead, they target someone to be the scapegoat of their own inner dealings, of their own inner feelings, their own inner demons, their own inner ghosts, their shadow. They can never integrate with their shadow because they're too afraid of looking at their own shadow. Then instead, they look at the world in the exterior, or in the exterior. They look at the outside of the world. This person is the problem because they aren't perfect. This person is a problem because they aren't perfect. This person is the problem. This person is the problem. This person is a problem. Without realizing that the problem with their own life is themselves. That's why they point everyone else out, because they have to. And another thing a narcissist, thank you for showing me, another thing that narcissists do is, again, we got to point at this direction, that I know this person has a lot of pain in, and we're going to point directly at that direction to get them to say stuff, and to get them to say stuff, because you tend to hear that a lot from narcs, is they say a lot of we's or us. You see that a lot from narcs, is they say we or us, because they want to make their numbers bigger than what they really are. They have an inflated ego. They think they're better than other people. So they do the we, us statements, hence proven their insecurity, because they can't rely on their own self, their own identity, to point out what is right from wrong, what is going on and what isn't going on. And they'll use, and for some reason in the narcissist's mind, they think making up a story and repeating it a bunch of times is what's going to make it into a reality, and it doesn't. And another thing a narcissist likes to do is, when you're hitting way too close to the truth, they tend to say shut the fuck up a lot. Because you're hurting their insecurity, you see, by speaking about their insecurities, because deep down, they know how insecure they are, and they hate that word insecure. See, I'm saying narcissists for the point. See, you say narcissists, it's funny how the narcissists are coming out, and without me even saying their name, showing their narcissistic personality disorder. Pretty handy thing to do when you're surrounded by a bunch of narcissists, is just call out narcissists. Don't call anybody out by their names. Call out narcissists, because the narcissists will always tell on themselves. The narcissist will always be like, oh, I'm the narcissist, even though it's being spoken negatively. I'm the narcissist in the room. You know why? Because they can't help but want the attention, because they're so insecure, they need that, even that negative attention. So there are some tricks if you like to, mess with them a little. You can mess with them. Just call them out by what they are. Narcissists. And they'll show themselves real quick, because they can't help it. I'm sure there's some narcissists, though, that are trying not to show themselves, and they're grinding their teeth right now. To which I laugh at you. I laugh that you get mad that I say narcissist, and you know it's talking about you. It's a good method how to block people, especially when dealing with the narcissist communities of the internet. Call out the narcissists. They'll come. They can't help it. They'll come. They'll try to get personal with you, but don't let them get personal with you. Just call out narcissists and their behaviors of how they treat people. They hate being treated that way. It's funny. They like to call everyone else's fucking problems and inner demons and things they've already worked out on. They like to call that shit out, but hell, them being called out for their bad behavior, oh my god, a narcissist can't fucking stand that shit, let me tell you. I guarantee they're over their channels right now, bitching and squalling and acting all fucking psycho. You want to see what Shanny did? See, this is how horrible she is. Yeah. Whatever. Narcissists come to me. Narcissists are going to be spoke about. You want the attention so much. You didn't want this type of attention, though. To be treated like narcissists, did you? Narcs. 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 See? You get personal with people. I don't care. I don't care. You're showing your ass. I ain't showing my ass. I'm just talking about narcissists. I'm not the one getting mad like you are, where you have to put out every little petty insult you can think of. You know how many times I've been told this shit? So many times. You know why I don't care and I don't change? Because I don't need to change for narcissists on the internet who want to control someone's channel because they have a problem that another person exists. Okay? If you have a problem with people existing, go to therapy. Go to therapy. Pretty simple. With a narc. Shit. See, there they go. They ask a sweet question. That's really not a sweet question, but a question a narc would ask to get into your fucking business. You see? It's pretty simple to find the narcs. They ask personal questions. When they don't get their personal questions answered, they attack. Smear campaigns. Treating you like shit. Treating you like you're something that you're not. Saying you're cold. You're calculating. You're manipulative. When all you want to do is just have your own peace. But they'll attack. They'll come. They'll attack. It's what they do. They can't help themselves. These mono beings in the world. Attack, 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 attack. Without giving any real constructive criticism. Just attack. People wonder why I don't want to talk to anyone anymore. People wonder why I don't want to deal with anyone. Because, frankly, I don't want to talk to the next narc. I don't know who's a narc or not who comes to me acting all nice and kind. Why you fucking love bombing me? That's my first question. Why you love bombing me? What's your angle? What's your deal? What do you want? You should ask these questions that I ask. They're smart to ask to people. There you go. Bringing up something personal. Narc. Narc red flag. Narc red flag. Narc red flag. They're bringing up something personal. Narc red flag. Are we done now? Be smart, guys. Be wise. Don't let the narcs get to you. Don't let the narcs get to you. Be wise. Because they will come in your life, regardless if you like it or not. And their purpose is to make you feel bad that you exist. Well, rise above it and realize their opinions of you don't matter and kick them to the curb. Pretty simple. And you'll live a happier life and a peaceful life. Just always remember, don't call them by name. Call them what they are, narcs. Because they spend their whole time dehumanizing others. Well, tell them they're a narc. Some people care. Good luck getting that in my head that some people care. Good luck getting that in my head. I already talked about how most of my life I was surrounded by narcissists, abused and treated like shit and thrown to the curb when I was of no longer use to them. People can do good things, but to be a great person, to be a good person, to be a caring person, that's something to be determined in my own personal experience. Peace of Maranatha.